Coliseum. What's home to the Olympic Games and many of the most memorable moments in sports, and also home to the USC Trojans, who are prepared to fight on once again today. A Big Ten showdown coming, conference games where the results will stick with you for the rest of the season. As we'll see, the Nebraska Cornhuskers taking on a team that ranks in the top 5 in this conference, the USC Trojans. 48 Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. And the Huskers will kick it off to get us underway. On the run from inside his own 5. Not a whole lot of room to operate on that return as the coverage unit was there and ready. The Trojans offense will go to work first. And they are coming off a sensational performance led by this quarterback who's hoping he can build on things, Jesse.
Well, I know, having played the position, when you have a big game, you just can't wait to get back out there again and build on that performance. David, last time out, he was making the right reads. He showed off his...
There he goes! Just wanted to find a little space to run and ekes out some to get it up to the 21. The Trojans with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. From the gun, the running back has it. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. Rides the back and leaves it on the option. Oh, he was in the backfield immediately. A 3-yard loss.
I love when defensive backs come up and they are physical and they stick their face in the fan and they aren't scared. Talking to the defensive coordinator coming into this game, he knew his DBs had to tackle well. They had to get these running backs on the ground. Great start on this first drive.
And the defense makes the stop after a minimal gain.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Now they're starting to feel it. They've got a first down at the 44. And the Trojans are on the move. On the ground, it's Wormley. Creates a little room. Got enough for the first. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Trojans back to the line on first down. Let's see if they keep leaning on this running game. Fires complete on the crosser. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion. Now down to the 12-yard line. It's first down. He'll pull it on the read. And how about the work up front by that big defensive line?
Really nice job by the defense playing responsibility football, making sure the quarterback couldn't make any of his reads, making sure the picture is not clear, getting downhill, getting the quarterback on the ground.
Picked off, and the opening drive is stopped with an interception. He's brought down. A short return, but the defense comes out on top with a pick.
There was a lot of talk coming into this game about what the weather conditions were going to be like, and we asked the coaching staff about it, and they said, look, we've got a guy that we feel can spin it in the rain. He does it in practice. We've seen it in games. That one, though, looked like it got a little bit away from him there on the opening drive here in these tough conditions.
And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. And the roar is reverberating throughout this stadium as the defense has them pinned deep. The give to the back. Oh, he's got some space. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. He'll do it himself. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. They've got him pinned deep in their own end. Bringing the heat. And down he goes back at the 3.
And they get to the quarterback and get the sack. That's a big emphasis for this defense. They saw a week ago this offense gave up 3 sacks. They need to get to him early and often and create some indecision. Nice job getting a sack early in this football game.
He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks. The Cornhuskers send out the punt unit. They'll have to punt for the... So much for the wet ball. It's really knocked it and it's loose. The only thing I can think is he just didn't see him signal for the fair catch. That's an easy call for the official, and they'll accept the penalty. Takes the handoff. It's Wormley. He'll be pulled down after a good run. They'll mark it at the 15.
And a nice job by the offense picking up the blitz, understanding that extra guy was coming, and creating just a little bit of a hole for that running back to slither through and get some positive yards.
They'll run it. It's Harvey. He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity. Down to the 12-yard line. It's first down. From the gun, running back on the move. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. They'll run play action. Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a first and goal. Looking downfield, it's Hillstead. Working that left side now. And they pick up just a few on that completion. It's fourth down, and they'll try the field goal. He'll boot it from the left side, and from this distance, that angle ought to be fairly easy. Right down the boulevard, it's good. And the first points of the day come on that field goal. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Guys, back to your game in a moment, but first we have to show you how the script is being written here. South Alabama is darn near perfect offensively today. This is almost exactly the way they drew things up this week in practice. They're up 14 over Washington State. Your boy KC has you covered here in studio, guys, in case anything changes in this one.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere.
Yeah, and it's a nice job by this defense. Understand, listen, that QB is a threat, and they're going to run all kinds of options, and he's going to run the football. They were dialed in and got that sucker to the ground.
It's incomplete and maybe a little too aggressive for this senior trying to fit that one in there. Here comes his home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on third down. Unloads to the wideout. With the catch, it's Dozier. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36. The Huskers will snap it on first and 10. Fires to the wideout. Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. They make the tackle after the turnover, but hang on just a second. There's a flag on the field. Let's see if it stands. What a huge call there. They had the turnover. Instead, the roughing the passer call takes it all away. From the gun, he leaves it with the back. Stopped in the backfield, and that'll be a loss of 2. After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's second and 12. Davis looking to pass. Throws to the wideout. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was knocked loose, and third down is coming. Trying to pick up a first down. On third and long, trying to convert through the air. And as he throws, on target over the middle. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a first down. And the Huskers will try to move the sticks on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Caught near the sideline, it's Mills. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. And with that stop, we are headed toward the end of the first quarter. As we head to the quarter break, it is USC holding the lead. We've played one. Before we move on, let's have a look at the stats. And they've swapped ends of the field, and we'll get it going in the second. The Cornhuskers with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Off the play fake. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
I mean, good news here, they get the completion. Bad news, though, not enough to pick up the first down. Target there, he's got to do a better job understanding where the first down marker is, make sure he gets the right depth on his route. Now, all of a sudden, head coach has a big decision.
Turning it on! That'll be enough for the first down, and now they've got it at the 15-yard line.
Man, on 4th and 2, I'm looking at my offensive line. I'm like, you got to give me just a little slither. Great job by the offensive line, blocking up just enough to get the first down, running physically downhill. That's all you want on those 4th and 2 situations.
He's forced out of bounds inside the 5 at the 4, and they save the touchdown, at least for now. A first down run on the doorstep. Touchdown, Nebraska! Great job by the back on the option.
And this running back is so dangerous down close to the end zone. He's got wiggle, he's got great vision and burst, and he showed all of those attributes right there.
And he made that extra point, the wet turf, no problem at all. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. They'll start this drive with a chance to regain the lead, down 7-3. Makes the grab, it's Stark. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. Here comes the offense on second down. He'll keep it himself. Gets it past the marker. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down. And the Trojans headed quickly to the line.
This is an offense that can move the sticks in a whole lot of different ways. Now you're seeing it on the option here. Great job by the quarterback. Reading the defense, there's nobody there taking him, so he puts his foot in the ground, he gets upfield. And he's got really nice elusiveness once he's out in the open field. He shows you that on that explosive play, picking up the first.
Got some of the work done on first. Now let's see what they have on second down. From the shotgun, they'll run it. Breaks into the open. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down. And the legendary John McKay would be proud of the execution of the running game, picking up the first down.
The basic principles of the run game, right? The easy stuff, the boring stuff, not fancy, not loved. Everybody likes points and all that other stuff that goes with it, but you got to get the good running game. USC doing a good job early.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. They'll go to the ground. Nowhere to run, and down he goes after losing 6. Offense breaks the huddle. It's 3rd down. He's looking downfield to throw. Not in lockstep there with the receiver.
That's why it's so important for this defense to win 1st and 2nd down. You set up 3rd and longs like that, you can show your exotic looks, you can get the pass rush going, everybody in the back end expecting throw, and that's how you force incompletions and force 4th downs.
The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. Last drive went for 6. We'll see see if they can do it again. Defense in the right spot. They stop him after a gain of 2 to the 28. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Running back searching for a hole. Pass the sticks, and he may get more. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down. They moved the chains on the ground last time. Let's see if they try to hit him up top. Fires to the right. It's caught. Oh, he ruins the big gator with a fumble. And this fumble will squirt out of bounds. The Huskers getting set on 1st and 10. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Right down the middle. And tight coverage right there, but he makes the grab, and they've got it on the 11 and a red zone chance. And the Huskers have moved it inside the 20. Davis will throw. Snags it. And he'll run out of bounds just short of the goal line. Wanted to get it in, but couldn't quite get home. 1st and goal for the offense. They'll try to slam it in. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Huskers. They'll try to add another to their lead. Follow the blockers. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and, slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
Good job by the coverage unit to stop the return man. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. They've been pretty much stifled on offense so far, David, only able to muster 3 points in their previous 3 drives.
And you got to find a way to open this up and create some explosive plays. Like, the passing game is obviously the easiest way. Jesse, put more speed on the field. Find those guys down the field.
They're frustrated, too, because they felt like there were some matchups they could take advantage of to get some points on the board early. In this one, they just haven't been able to connect on those opportunities. But I like David's idea. Maybe move some guys around and see if you can create some better one-on-one matchups.
They had the first down before that penalty backed them up, and now they'll snap it on 2nd down. And now on 2nd down for this offense. Looking to fire. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical and pass deep.
Well, it was a good throw. It was a good route, but it was the hit that forced that incompletion.
Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. From the gun, wants to pass. He lofts it high and deep down the left side. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. The Trojans decide to punt it away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. He stuck the last drive in the end zone. They'll try to follow suit here. Moving, keeping the eyes downfield. Got room to work. He found a little opening and got loose. They couldn't stop him in the backfield, so a solid pickup there. The Cornhuskers in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Caught in the backfield, it's Hawkins. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on 3rd down. Caught near the sticks, it's Mills. Now with a great opportunity as they pick up the first down, they've got it at the 40. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Makes the grab. And he's going to be taken down, but there's a penalty flag on the field. A solid gain on that one, and it goes for naught as the penalty will back them up. We're at the 2-minute timeout. They've built a big lead, and they'll try to pile on a little more before the break. First thing you want to do if you're in a hole is stop digging. It's 1st and 20. out of the gun. The inside handoff, looking for a crease. And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive. Stick your foot in the ground. Pick up.
He hurls one deep down the left side. Got it inside the 10. Touchdown, Cornhuskers. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. They are seizing control and taking away hope as they push out the lead in this Week 8 showdown.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge. And also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
Looking downfield on first down. The sure hands, it's Fowler. And the Trojans are in the hurry-up. Second down, he'll throw it. It's complete to the left. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break.
And there's finally a bright spot for this offense in the passing game, completing that on third down. I know we're in the second quarter. They're trailing by a lot, but you need something positive to happen here to build some momentum. Maybe they can build on that, drive the field, score some points before going in here at halftime, and get a little juju going.
The Trojans can really attack on this second and short. Looking to go up top in times, running out in the half. Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. Got room on the return. Finally brought down, but what a play, not only to get the football, but to flip the field position with the return.
Well, that's a huge moment here in the game at the end of the first half because the offense is trying to march down the field. They're trying to cut into the opponent's lead, but with that interception and with that return, the defense now, they've put their team in an opportunity to pad their lead with more points here at the end of the first half.
Here we go. They'll try to get something on the board here in the final minute of the first half. Davis looking to pass. Missed his receiver there. It's incomplete.
And sometimes you see great shooters and they get on fire and they just can't miss. And that's what this QB looks like the last couple of weeks, man. Just completion percentage through the roof, running the offense at an elite level. You can tell in complete control of this offense.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
It's picked off. 13th time he's done that this year. Taking it the other way. Past the 20. Touchdown, USC. The defense takes matters into its own hands. Just one moment, and all of a sudden, the fortunes turn.
You're in a position where you're about to give up points, and now you flip that around and you put points on the board. Perfectly executed. What do you do in an interception? First guy blocks the intended receiver. Everybody else starts to form a wall where the ball's going. Nice blocking, nice interception, nice return for the touchdown.
Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Enough time to get off a play before we head to halftime. Looking to throw on first down. Pocket breaking down. Complete to the left. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. They'll have just enough time to get one more snap before the half. Wants to adjust the pattern. Wants to throw on first down. Here's a heat. Unleashes one deep. The pass falls incomplete, and that's how we'll finish this half. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, looks like we've had a compelling start to things there in Los Angeles. And there's no more fitting place to begin than with this stud receiver and how he's dominated the first half. Some guys have the ability to elude and evade. This young man is a true three-level threat. Short passes, the intermediate game, and then the deep ball. He is a problem, and I don't think this defense has the solution. With that said, let's send it back to the guys at the LA Coliseum.
Thanks for that halftime report, Kevin. And the Trojans will kick it off to start the second half. On the move from inside his 5. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. Keeping it on the ground to open the second half. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
If you're going to stop the run game, you better be physical up front on the defensive line. They've got some maulers. They've got some dudes with bad intentions. Nice play there.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Davis will throw. Hauls it in. They ripped off 7 on that one. Now a 3rd down and 3. The Huskers are at the line trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. On 3rd and short, they'll go to the power running game. And he'll have enough for the first down at the 42.
Definitely been tough sledding for this guy, especially in the first half. They gave him the ball a bunch, but they just don't have a ton of yards on the ground to show for it at this point. That looked like a pretty good run, though. You just wondered maybe in the second half, if they keep giving him the football, it may start paying some dividends.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. A lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those.
There he goes. He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short.
Guys out the backfield now, it's not just run the ball downhill anymore. You got to be versatile. I got to be able to trust you in the pass game, and I got to be able to throw you the football, and you can do that right there. I know you're going to catch it, and I can depend on it.
They convert on 3rd down as he gets it to the 46-yard line.
You got to have short area quickness. That running back there doing what it takes to make sure he got that first down.
And the Huskers have this offense rolling. Looking to throw on 1st down. Pulls it in. It's Nelson. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. 2nd and short now after that completion. Wants to go up top. Under fire. And he scoots his way to the first down and then slides to avoid the hit.
2nd and short is a great situation to be in. And look at him. He drops back to pass the football. He doesn't have to throw the football. He wants to be aggressive, but he can just take off and scramble. Doesn't have to take a chance. Great being ahead of the sticks.
Gives it on the option. And a 9-yard gain on 1st down leaves him with 2nd and short.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the 3rd quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical. They're trying to stay on the field.
They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down.
Well, it's not a home run, but it's just enough by the running back to move the chains.
This crowd rising up, sensing that its defense needs some help. Under fire. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on 1st down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be complete.
3rd down. Red zone play. Crowd alive. looking to pass. And the defense getting a hand in there on third down. They've decided to try to go for the field goal here. This whole place going to see if this kicker can operate in a sea of noise. Never a doubt. Hold on just a second, guys. Flag on the play. Can't make contact with the kicker like that. A costly special teams penalty. You've got to know your path in front of the kicker. Offense comes back on the field. The offense will gladly take a fresh set of downs after the penalty. They'll run it out of the shotgun. Not a lot going on there. Picked up a couple. These fans raising the volume on second and goal. Got it behind the line. It's Mills. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
They're getting suffocated right away. How about the DB? Just seeing that initially, pulling the trigger, getting to him, get him on the ground, get the tackle for him else.
Flips it out to the back. And he's ridden to the ground, but there's also a flag down. Let's check the call. So the penalty will not be enforced. The defense declines and stands on the result of the play. They'll send out the kicker to try to salvage this drive. This crowd trying to do its part to get inside the kicker's head. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
ACC action, fellas, and all week there's been intrigue about this one. Virginia Tech has the lead right now, but they haven't been able to separate themselves just yet inside Lane Stadium. They're up by 13 over Louisville. It wouldn't be the ACC if there weren't this kind of storyline, guys, and we promise to keep you posted.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. The Trojans moving quickly to the line.
Defense came into this one knowing they were going to see some tempo. They've got to get the call from the sidelines, get it communicated, get lined up.
The give to the tailback. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. And this offense is desperate to keep this drive alive, trailing by multiple possessions, and it's getting late. On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Grabbed over the middle. It's Fowler. They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the first down. And the Trojans will punt this one away. The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. And to settle for the chip shot field goal last time, Jesse, they'd love for this one to pay off bigger.
Yeah, it just comes down to execution, too. Did a nice job out in the field, stalled a little bit once they got down to the goal line, so they just need to be a little bit more crisp here, Dave.
Yeah, and listen, I think the first part was the most important part. You got to put the drive together first to get down there. Now, when we get down there, focus on execution and getting 6 points.
Unloads quickly. They stop him just a link or two short of the first, and man, what they can do on second down here. The Cornhuskers come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. They'll try to pop the draw. The draw draws nothing except a swarm of tacklers. He's stopped immediately.
That's such a great physical play by the defense because this is one of the bigger, more physical running backs you'll see in the country, and we're used to seeing him push the pile the other direction. Not that time. It's the big guys up front on defense getting penetration, and they're sending him back for a tackle for that.
The Huskers are moving quickly down the field. Davis will throw. Buys a little time with his feet. On the move to the right and looking for a big one. And a dangerous pass there, almost threw a pick in the end zone. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. On the run, it's Nelson. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
and just nowhere to go for that runner. He had no choice. That defense, they were bringing it up front. Everybody winning their one-on-ones, and they completely had him surrounded.
Makes the grab along the sidelines, but it'll be a little short of the first down. They'll run him out of bounds, but look what's on the ground. Penalty marker. Late hit on the quarterback gives this offense a free first down and some yardage. The offense comes back out with a new set of downs after the penalty. Wants to go up top on first down. Caught in the backfield, it's Mills. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. We've reached the break. It's Nebraska holding the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. One more period to go, and we'll see just how much fight they've got left in them. And a chance to mull things over, and let's see how they start the final period here on second down. Back to pass. Looking down the middle. It's incomplete and maybe a little too aggressive from this senior trying to fit that one in there.
That's a throw the quarterback would like to have back. He forced that one into double coverage. That means somebody else was wide open. The quarterback really needs to be better moving forward, working through his progressions.
On third down, he drops to throw. And here's the pick, and oh, did they need that right now. Brought down at the 11 as he was trying to find enough room to take it back for the pick six. Off play action on first down. Keeps looking downfield. Keeps it and gets the first down. Going the other way, and he's got room.
Well, I think you're starting to see some examples of why this guy is inexperienced in a freshman quarterback, right? Obviously, he's thrown a couple picks earlier in the game. That scramble right there, he's got to get down. He's got to take care of himself and slide. Great job, nice athleticism, good decision to take off scrambling and help his offense, but you really are seeing his inexperience shine through here in this game.
He's going to lose a yard on that one.
I think at this point of the game now in the second half, down by as many points as they are, it's going to be really hard for the offense to sprinkle in the run. They tried it there. It didn't work. I think you got to be thinking about the passing game now and start trying to identify playmakers out on the perimeter of the field that can...
He lobs one high down the left side. A big-time catch along the sidelines. Got the foot down and an excellent throw, too. The Trojans will hustle to the line.
And in this offense, you know, as a quarterback, you're going to get opportunities to put up some pretty big numbers. You've been impressed watching this guy play early this year. With that last pass completion, he's now already over 2,000 yards on the season.
And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop. And the Trojans can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. He fought him off for a while, but that's what they mean by gang tackling. Third and short from the 26. Pretty easy field goal range, but they'd love to pick up the first. The play action fake. Unloads to the wideout. And it's incomplete, but the penalty flag has fallen in the holding zone. Let's see what the call is. They'll decline that penalty, obviously very happy with the results of the play. Down in the fourth quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on fourth down. Quickly complete. Out of bounds he goes. They'll mark it at the 16.
Got to have better tackling in the back end on defense. The guy didn't have the first once he had the ball in his hand, but because you missed the tackle, they've now got a fresh set of downs.
They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
One of the things I like about this defense is their DBs are not afraid to put their face in the fan and go tackle. And you saw it that time with the quarterback making a great play, tackling the quarterback on the option for a big loss.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. Long drive continues as the offense keeps working the ball down the field. Fires to the middle. And he throws his third pick of the day. His head has to be spinning. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back. They'll try the run. Never underestimate the power of moving forward and creating breathing room. He's up to the 17. And the Huskers with a second and short to keep this drive moving. Looking for room. It's Booth. Oh, he's got some space. Really needed a play like that to get out of their own end. They move the chains. They mark it at the 29. They've come out with answers on this possession, and now another first down. Oh, they're after him. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
And the QB leaves the pocket, and he scrambles out, and he goes to his right. And I love how he keeps his eyes down the field, trying to make a play, trying to throw the football with a relentless chase. I love it. Get to the quarterback. He throws an inaccurate pass because he gets whacked as he throws the football. Nice job chasing by the defense.
Let's see what call they have on 3rd and long from the 28. Davis looking to pass. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. He's got it for a big play. And that one looked as if it might go all the way, but they picked up more than 40 yards before the touchdown-saving tackle. They'll throw it from the red zone. The sweet feet keeping the play alive. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And you get more and more hits on the QB like this right there. More and more making him scramble out of the pocket to the right. That's winning. He's going to start to see ghosts. He'll start to panic. He'll start to speed up that processor. Nice job on the defense making that quarterback feel very, very uncomfortable.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and beating the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
Quarterback needs to make a better throw there. Incomplete. And on 4th down, they'll try to put 3 on the board. At this point in the game, and this crowd knows this is a huge field goal attempt. That lead just keeps getting fatter, and this kickoff team doing a little running.
And with that kick, man, it's a tall order for the other side. I mean, down 3 possessions. Like, this offense is going to have to get the ball and do something with it, and do it quickly if they want to get back in this football game.
And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions. But I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did in the first part of that drive, what made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? On this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it, move on, play the next play.
And that one's incomplete. We're taking a shot there, but couldn't hook up. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Looking to fire. Just a hair too much on it from this big-arm sophomore quarterback. Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Here's the pressure. Another incompletion on 3rd down.
And that's just the kind of game it's been for this quarterback in this offense. You got a great game plan all week long. You're watching it throughout practice. You think you're going to have a chance to light up the scoreboard, but they're just not able to hook up. You've got to give this defense a ton of credit. They've done a great job in coverage. They've been breaking on passes. They've had their number, and that's why they're leading by as much as they are.
This offense has it with really good field position. They'll try to keep this clock moving on the ground. Did everything he could to discard the tacklers, but he was just able to get back to where he started. Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Looking for a crease. It's Parker. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down.
The interesting thing about these RPOs is it takes a lot of communication. You know, the quarterback sticks it in the belly of the running back, and the running back doesn't know if he's going to take it or not. And you could tell.
Got some room in it to the goal line. He's all the way down to the 3. Showed it all on that run.
And this is exactly what you want to do when you're on offense. You have the lead. You want to chew the clock, keep the ball on the ground, keep that thing just ticking, Palmer.
They're just imposing their will, David, and that's something that we've seen, I think, all game. Up front, they've been the more physical team. They're the ones that's getting pushed and that's getting movement, and it's carrying over all the way here deep into the fourth quarter.
So with the late lead, they're ready to just drain the clock in victory formation. Winning those individual 6-second battles every play, time after time after time after time, and that leads to a victory here.
And I love when teams go out and play like it's sudden death. Like if they lose the game, their entire season is over. This game wasn't for the national championship, but you wouldn't know that watching this winning team, David. Tremendous effort and tremendous execution.
I love competitive people. I love competitive coaches. I love competitive teams that they know that their job is to go out and get a W no matter where you play. You want to play in the parking lot? We'll go meet you. Great job by this team being ready, getting the W.
Thanks so much for spending